Hey, everybody. It's me, Jessica. It is Friday. Oh my gosh, TGIF. What have you guys accomplished this week? Listen, I'm super fired up because I don't know if you were on I'm going to try to pull this up on Facebook, but I don't know if you guys were in my on my Zoom call. I just did a Q&A for an hour, and I just absolutely love the people that showed up for it. I called forward people that are really driven. And if you're driven, like, you'll get this, right? Like, you'll resonate with this. If you were on the call, let me know. I'm trying to find where we are here on Facebook. So if you were on this call for the last hour, that's so funny. You know that I was on fire and really provided some great coaching to those of you who are like me, who are driven, right? You're driven. It's just naturally a part of you. You want to achieve. You're not comfortable just settling. And you're always looking for that next cut in your life, right? But you might be like at a plateau right now, right? You might be at a lull. You might be like in this feeling of like, I know there's something else inside of me, right? Like, but I just don't know what it is. Like, I don't know how to access, right? Whatever it is that I need on a daily basis in order to like go to that next level, right? So like, if you feel right now, like you have this like feeling underneath, kind of like you're wasting time. I don't like, that's like the worst feeling for a driven person. And it's not about not being in the moment, but it's knowing that like life is short and that life is right now, right? If you're somebody like me who has experienced like the death of really like important loved ones, like your mother. My mom died in a car accident, right? Like at age 45, and like I had my mom's sister die before then, my aunt, my uncle. And so like the point of me saying that is not to be morbid. Let me fix the lighting here, but to say that like I've had those moments where it's like you're not just talking about the fact that life is short and life is now. It's like it happens, right? Like you have that experience in your life and you're like, shit, like I get to do what I'm put on this earth to do now. And if I don't know what that is, I get to discover it. I get to explore it. I get to surround myself with people who also want to live a big life and make a big difference, right? So that's what I mean by like, if you have that pool in you, right? It's because you know the value of life. And so that's who I want to talk to right now, right? I put a post on here the other day where I said, listen, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Yesterday, I was settling on my new house, by the way. I got to celebrate and I drank lots of beer. Well, like one pint of beer, because that's the way they celebrate in Portland. It's like a huge area for beer, and it was so delicious. Anyway, I digress because I'm so excited. But I did a live in here a couple days ago about like, if you're not hitting your goals, if you're not where you want to be, you don't need to like meditate more and go deeper and like discover more about who you are, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? At this point, you probably have done so much self-reflection that you could write 10 books on why you are the way you are and like all of that, right? But that's not what's going to get you to the next level. The next level is taking action. The next level is being like in community with big thinkers, right? With people who can help you see your blind spots, right? This is why I always stay in coaching. This is why I'm always in communities. Okay. And so if you are a driven person, right, and you always have that calling to do more, to give more, most driven people really just want to make a difference in the world, right? You can't help it. You've felt like that for a long time, maybe since you were a kid like me. I know when I was a kid in the environment that I grew up with, there was a lot of violence. I mean, there was a lot of love, but like in the neighborhoods, the communities and all of that, there was violence, there was drugs, there was just a lot of pain, right? And I always felt like I'm meant for something more than this life, right? Have you ever felt that in your past? Like, I'm meant for something more than this. And you might not know, even in this moment, how do I get to that more? What is that more? Like, that's how I felt since I was a child. And so just continuing to play with it and follow and be curious, and surrounding yourself with people who you see who are steps ahead, right? So if you feel like right now, like you're at a plateau or you feel like there's more for you, let me know in the chat, right? Like, let me know in the comments, engage with me. I want to hear from you. And I just spoke about this on my Q&A, but not all of it. I mean, I'm just going to give you a quick little piece and a quick little call to action. Okay. I only have like 5 minutes. But if you know that you're like missing something, right? And you can't quite put your finger on it, like, here's the catch. You gotta stop trying to do it on your own. You just do. You gotta stop trying to figure out everything on your own, right? Like, you're not gonna hook into your drive and keep it. You're going to keep having a like fleeting drive where you get motivated, inspired for a little bit, and then you fall off. You're going to get shiny object syndrome. You're going to jump around. You're going to keep quitting before you hit your goal if you continue to try and do it on your own. I shared a post on social media yesterday, and I talked a little bit about this on the Q&A today about the fact that you guys know that I just turned pro as a bodybuilder. It wouldn't have happened if I didn't go back and hire my coach. Okay. And here's what I mean. 5 years ago, this very same coach that just had me turn pro, right? Because it's an accomplishment, not just for yourself, but it's an accomplishment for your coach too. And that's what's the beauty of having a coach is I got to just follow the system. He programmed it all for me. I wasn't trying, right? This is like an amateur way of thinking, even for driven people, because I did this. I stopped trying to be the one to program it, to figure it all out. No, I released control of it and I just followed the system. I just showed up every day and did what was asked of me and I got the result. So the reason I share that is because 5 years ago with this same coach, he got me, when I started competing, he got me to the top 5, the coveted top 5 in my very first national show, which is huge. Instead of giving him all the glory and continuing to coach with him and go pro that year, which he told me I would definitely go. And now looking back, I know that I would have. Oh my goodness. Instead of that, I resorted into my lone wolf ways. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Many of you who are following me are also like, trying to muscle through on your own. You're trying to take bits of stuff that I share in here for free, bits of stuff that people share in their other groups. You're trying to take a little information here, stuff that you Google. You're trying to put it all together and you're trying to get yourself a result that is bigger than you, and you can't get it on your own. You can't get it on your own. All of us who are driven, and you know this is you, if this is resonating, this is you and this was me. We have all tried and we get so far, right? We get so far, but we don't get to the next level. We don't get to that pro level in anything that we're doing, right? And because it requires a different way of thinking. There's also stuff that like you just don't know, you don't know. So what happened is he got me the top 5 and I just got cocky, right? Like that's the only way you can really say it. It's like I wanted to prove to myself and maybe to others subconsciously that I could figure it out on my own. I figured out the secret sauce, right? I got his formula. So I could combine everything that he had done for that with that show and take all my 10 years of being a fitness coach and plug it all together, and I could coach myself and get the same result or better. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. So what happened is I coached myself trying to interpret the formula that he had given me. But what I didn't consider is so much of what was happening that was getting us the result was his support, his critical eye, his objective eye, right? It was his like holding my hand in the moments where I wanted to give up, right? It was him giving me workouts that were harder than I ever programmed for myself. It was him making the right tweaks to my diet because he could see certain things that I couldn't see, right? So me trying to figure it all out on my own resulted in me stepping on stage with a look that I was embarrassed to step on stage with. And it showed. My confidence was like this on stage, and it showed. And here's why. Something started happening to my body 3 days prior, and I couldn't figure out how to fix it. I kept trying things that he had done, things that I had read about. I was Googling. I was like, right? You know what I'm talking about. You're trying to do that right now in either your life, your business, whatever your fitness goal is. You're trying to muscle through with a whole bunch of information that you got from a whole bunch of different people, and it ain't going to work. And it didn't work for me. With every single passing day and hour in those last 3 days, I saw my belly expand, all my lines disappear, which are super important for the judges. And I placed lower instead of higher when I was on track to turn pro. Like I ate my humble pie, right? I had a big dose of humble pie. So here's what I want to say to you. If you are feeling like there's more for you, and that you know that like if you could just hook into whatever it is that you need to hook into in your thinking or in your habits or whatever it is, like stop trying to figure it out. Stop trying to figure it out on your own. That is an amateur mindset. And here's something that's super cool. My business coach, Shanda Sumter, who some of you may know here, who is a big 7-8 figure company, coaches thousands of people, is right now hosting a big mastermind. And in September has her big zone event where there'll be like 1,000 people. I mean, she's awesome. She's changing lives for so many people, including me. She has reached out to me to coach her in her mindset, because she's smart enough, wise enough, and humble enough to know that no matter how great of a coach you are, no matter how driven you are, that you're never too good to know everything. You're never too good to be coached. That's what I didn't get 5 years ago in that moment, right? Like, and the point is, I knew that, right? I had been with my coach Sean for years. I knew the beauty of that, but something happened in that moment subconsciously where I resorted to my old way of being a lone wolf. I forgot. I had my drive and my edge, and I fell off. So it happens. We fall off, right? And if we are not supported, we haven't built that system of support around us, it can be easy to fall way off, as opposed to just for a moment and then have somebody plug you right back in, which is why Shanda said to me, I want you to coach me once a week on how to just keep my drive, keep my edge. Like most people are probably like, thinking like, why would she need it? Like, she's got that down and Jessica's her client. But see, this is how people think. This is how real high achievers think that have a pro mindset. They know that they are only as good as the support and the foundation that they have around them. So here's what I want to say to you is, if you are right now in a position, and you know, if this is you, that you are trying to do everything on your own and you're not hitting the result that you want, like you've got to connect with the fact that you are sabotaging yourself. You are sabotaging yourself. So you guys know, I've talked about it in here a couple of times this week. I have I have a half-day VIP day coming up in Portland, Oregon, that will absolutely have you completely propel yourself to the next level, because it's only for 10 people. 10 people. I'm going to be working one-on-one very closely with those of you who are ready to start thinking like a pro, so that you can create the results that you really want. Here is what is possible in just a half a day. Okay, you can get hooked into what it is you're really meant to do. Those of you, a lot of you in here are aspiring coaches, or want to make a career change or something like that. You, like on this coaching call, one of the biggest questions was, I don't know like what to do or who to serve, but I know that I've got more in me. You're going to learn that. You're going to get that. You are going to walk away with such crystal clarity from this half-day VIP. Not only that, you're going to hook into your lifetime drive. What do I mean by your lifetime drive? Like not falling on and off of your ambition. And in order to be hooked into that, you've got to really know what your drive is for the lifetime. Why I'm not going to share here with you what that is, because that takes us too far into it and we don't have time for that. But here's what I want you to know. It's what I've hooked into, and it's why I just keep skyrocketing. Once you connect to what that is for you, the hard shit gets easy. You hear me saying that all of the time. And then you're also going to leave with a whole program, a whole plan for how to take all of that and turn it into a business, and how to attract clients that actually pay you. I have people reaching out to me. I coach so many of my colleagues this week. People reaching out to me like, I don't even need to look for clients right now, right? But here's what I know. When I work with driven people, it inspires me. It's like my coach Shanda said to me, I get inspired to coach you because you're driven, because you've got the mindset, right? I have clients right now that inspire me, right? And that's what I'm looking for. A few more people that I get inspired to really help pop to then that next level. So I have a few spots left in this VIP day. It's on August 9th. I'm like, the link was in here. You guys can find it, but here's the truth. Just get on a phone call with me. Get on a phone call with me. Ask me your questions. Let's figure out if this is right for you. And if it's not, at least let me coach you through a breakthrough on that 40-minute call, right? Like Jill Sebans posted this on social media the other day. I wanted to share how a 30-minute phone call with Jessica around money scarcity, many of you are dealing with this, and an outline for my coaching program, all in about 30 minutes. I have created my first enrolled paying client in my new program. I love this new feeling and emotion that I have around money. Okay, that's what's possible in 30 minutes. Imagine what's possible in a half day with me and then a lunch with me, right? Like, you got to think like this. Like, I take any opportunity I can to be around my coaches and get into their mindset, into how they think. Okay, so I'm going to throw the link in here for you to get on a call with me. I believe I have one spot left today or tomorrow. And if you don't see a time that works for you, send me an email, right? Just message me. You got to be resourceful. My coach Shanda says this all the time, like, be resourceful. Don't look for people to like constantly come to you, like reach out. Right? Reach out and ask for the support that you need. Reach out and ask for the coaching that you need, right? Like, call it forth. I always, like, my coaches never have to like worry about me like not asking for what I want, right? You got to get smart. You got to get resourceful in how you use the support that's put in front of you, and actually take the support when it's put in front of you. If you're driven and you're trying to figure it out on your own, your drive is only going to get you so far. All right, I just threw in my link in here, and I believe I have a spot left. I would jump on it right now. And if you're the first person to take that next spot, I will throw in one of the bonuses that I gave to the people on the call. And it is my online workout program that's worked for me and hundreds of other people. You may have heard of my Rock and Booty program. You'll get meals, you get the workouts, you're coached by me through it, through the exercises, through the workouts, and you'll have lifetime access to it. You could do it from your phone, your computer, you could do it at home, you could take it with you to the gym. I'm just gonna throw that in there for the next person who takes that spot, and you gotta book it today. Okay, guys, and it might be gone already, actually, honestly, but listen, I like to reward action takers. If you're an entrepreneur or somebody who's driven, right, and you're waiting to take action and you keep needing people to pull you along, you're never going to hit what you want. You're just never going to get there. You got to take action. Okay, guys, see you. Have a great day. Post any questions that you have below and get on my calendar. Take the support when it's offered.